Whoo boy. Okay, so the Nintendo Direct just finished up, and I gotta say, I think times have changed drastically. Drastically. Because Stellar Blade, yes, that's Stellar Blade, is coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2026. We don't know the exact date, but it's coming to the Switch. My goodness, times have changed. We aren't going to cover everything here, just a few things that stuck out to me. The next big thing that stuck out to me, Devil May Cry 5 is coming to the Switch. So we have the full collection of Devil May Cry series on the Switch now. We have the full series, which tells me we might have some very interesting newcomers to Smash once Smash comes about, which I'm thinking will probably be in 2027 or 2028. If we don't hear anything in September, because we didn't hear anything this direct. So I'm thinking if we don't hear anything in September, it's probably going to be next year or the following year. But seeing as how there was a Dante costume in Smash Ultimate, the hopes are high. The hopes are very high. And that's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, June 23rd, 2026, with all the fixins. So if you didn't get it on PC or PlayStation before, you can get it now. I am very optimistic about the DMC crew joining Smash after this point, because now, if I'm not mistaken, that is the full series. Because I know the previous games were released a while ago on Switch. So yeah, we got the full kit and caboodle now. That's amazing. Happy about that. Now, the last two announcements were by far the biggest. One was kind of leaked already, but still, it's cool that's here. Now, Kingdom Hearts 4 got a gameplay trailer at Nintendo Direct. Now, this is insane. The idea of this even happening is crazy. I cannot even fathom how this has happened. From the gameplay that we see, it seems like there's a weird chain motif going on, and we're still in that realistic city from the last trailer. So, from the looks of it, some parts do look rough. I don't know if that's a Nintendo Switch thing or if that's just a thing because it's still fairly early. We don't even have an announced date yet. But what did get announced is that this is coming to all systems upon release. So what I'm noticing, especially this week with all the various announcements, Sony does not have the stranglehold that it used to have, in which everything came to the PlayStation first, and then we would get ports like a year later. That's not happening anymore, which is crazy. But in the trailer too, you do see Sora fight a whole bunch of Heartless, and he does look realistic, but you also see Donald and Goofy in the trailer. So I think that might just be his look for this world, if I had to guess. I'm not too sure because no information is out, because you still have the Goofy Keyblade here. So it's like, I'm not really sure what's going on, but I do think that's just a world costume. So yeah, it's available at launch on the Nintendo Switch 2. Insane. Now for the last one, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is real, and it's coming this year. So most likely it's going to be the Nintendo holiday title, and we'll probably hear more about it come this September, if I were to hazard a guess. So, Nate the Hate was correct. We are getting it. The one thing that was not here, and I was surprised, Wario wasn't here. Wario Land is probably coming. Because if everything else was true, that is most likely true. Big Wario Land fan. But I think that might be coming in September, or if not September, maybe next year. But I think that's coming. Because everything else can't be true, and that being the only lie. I don't think that's the case. I think everything is coming. But the idea of Eve on Switch, which is so funny because I would joke in comment sections all the time, especially around the time in which Shift Up just ended their partnership or whatever with PlayStation. I figured that something like this was going to happen. So I'm wondering, could she be in Smash? Because a thing that I've been thinking about too for a bit of time is that I wonder, are we going to get Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury and KOF? Is she going to find her way somehow into Smash? Because she was a big omission from Ultimate when Terry got into the game. She wasn't even in his stage. So I think something is going to be worked out to where she's able to come on and her outfit isn't offensive. And I think that same idea will probably apply to Eve and most likely 2B as well from Nier Automata. I don't think you can have one without the other. I think both of them will probably come at the same time because Nier Automata did release for Switch as well. So we'll see. But a lot of exciting things are happening. I'm very excited. Also, bit of a sidebar, but Metaphor ReFantazio is coming in November, and I thought that was an Xbox exclusive. It could be on PlayStation as well. I haven't really looked into it, but the idea that that's coming to Switch as well is phenomenal. Rayman is too, which I figured that because Rayman has always been on Nintendo consoles, so that wasn't a surprise. And I have not played it, but Dragon Dogma 2 is also coming to Switch, which is pretty sick. And that's coming out October 9th of this year. So another interesting one that I just wanted to talk about because I remember when this came out, Lives of P, which is kind of like Dark Souls, but it has a very cool aesthetic. And the complete edition of Lies of P is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The digital version will be available August 6th of this year, and the physical edition will be available in October of this year. So October 2nd specifically. That's pretty sick, right in time for Halloween. It's a very Halloween themed game. So that's cool. I like that. Now, in talking about Pocopia, since we talked about it on the channel before, we now have the ability to dive. So a free update for Dive will be available in August, but also there's going to be a 3-part expansion pass update thing that you gotta pay for. So we got Bubbly Basin, which is a new town that will be available in August of 2026. And that seems like where all the fish guys are going to be hanging out because they showed off Poplio, they showed off Mudkip, and they showed off Corefish. So seeing as how we see Tatsugiri as well swimming around, I wonder if Dondozo is going to be a character similar to Greedent in which we can perhaps have some sort of sushi restaurant in this town. That'd be kind of sick. That'd be cool. But yes, Bubbly Basin will be available in August of this year. Following that, in part 2, there will be additional features added later this year. And then for part 3, there will be another town in 2027. So there were rumors about this game getting updates, and I figured Dive was going to be one of those things. So I'm glad that actually happened. Now I wonder, would any of this spill into Gen 10? And Dive will be an important part of Gen 10, seeing as how it's called Winds and Waves. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think this was a pretty good direct overall. I liked a lot of stuff in it. And the biggest takeaway is actually Kingdom Hearts 4 having a gameplay trailer in a Nintendo Direct and Stellar Blade coming to the Nintendo Switch. I think times have changed because so many things are coming day and date to the Nintendo Switch now, which was not the case beforehand. So yeah, I'm taken away really with this, and like the Final Fantasy announcement, it's kind of a lot. So yeah, good things are happening. But with that being said, stay rosy.